It's finished here at the J Davidson. Altrincham 3, Blackburn Rovers under-21s 3, 6-5 win for the Robins on penalties. Manager Phil Parkinson joins me. Phil, your overall thoughts on the game?
I thought it was a really entertaining game. Both teams trying to play the right way. We played a different shape today, which was to accommodate a lot of the players who haven't been getting the minutes and making sure we didn't leave ourselves short going into the weekend or vulnerable. So I was really pleased with the way the players acquitted themselves.
A strong side started due to the rules and regulations of the competition. Is that something that suits your team with a mix of youth and experience being fielded?
I don't think it really needs rules in there. If lads are eligible to play for the National League first team, then we should be able to play whoever we want. So it's a little bit disappointing that we've got to force it a little bit. But it's worked okay today, but you can see we're really thin at the back with what we were putting out and the shape that we played to accommodate that. There's no way we were going to risk a James Jones, for example, with having Jake Cooper and Lewis Baines out at the moment. So yeah, it is what it is, but it served a purpose, especially for our front players, I felt, and midfielders in particular. So yeah, everyone's come through unscathed, and that was the biggest thing for me.
The change of shape you just mentioned for this evening as well, to what looked to be a back three, as you just mentioned, isn't expanded. Is that something you could look to utilise throughout the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think a lot of teams are going with that 3-4-2-1 formation, aren't they now, because they want to dominate the midfield. We've done it for years, rolling our wingers in, but people seem to go with the four midfielders now. And it does allow you territory and it allows you to dominate possession, but I still feel you can do it with the shape that we play as well. So it's nice to see that we can operate in that system because we have got personnel to play that shape.
Tom Crawford was instrumental at the heart of the midfield, scoring at Altringham's second with an absolute wonder strike. How important is it that that man in particular stays fit? As we saw towards the end of the game, there was a little bit of a knock in there.
Yeah, he just got a little bit of a bruise. There was no concerns with Tom. The only, as you said, I think we all noticed on Saturday when we missed Tom Crawford what a big player for us he is. He's that person who gets along with his business. He's like a Rolls Royce out there. Some of his passes, his vision, the way he covers the ground. He's such an elegant footballer. But he's got a rugged exterior as well where he can mix it up, he can get stuck in. And the reason we really fancied him was we felt that we could get him to score goals. So it's nice to see that he's starting to chip in with them now. And it was a great strike, wasn't it? He's the second goal. And he's nearly scored at the back post with a header as well because he has that physicality. So big player for us, and it's great to see that he's come through unscathed.
Joe Nuttall withdrawn at half-time for Lucas Weaver. Was this a tactical change as Lucas Weaver obviously went on to score the third?
Yeah, well, Lucas has come back from his loan, and it was important that we give these loan lads an opportunity to play. So that was a casualty of the four-player rule. Lucas was scheduled to play. Joe played at the weekend, so he had to play. And listen, we could do what other teams have done and whip them off after 15 minutes just to play the rules, but it would have been unfair on Joe. Especially it being his old team as well, so we wanted to make sure he got at least 45 minutes and unfortunately for Luca he misses out on probably a full game there because of the rules of the competition. So disappointing for Lucas, but he's got his goal, so he'll be pleased with that, and he scored a penalty this time.
Yeah, after the Cheshire Senior Cup miss. A very good turnout this evening with 783 in attendance. How good of an advert for Altrincham and the National League was this evening?
Yeah, I felt it was really good. Just addressing the players there about when you play these games, you're in a hide into nothing because we've got to be careful going into the FA Cup at the weekend. We're obviously playing within the rules that we're allowed to play. We were never going to play academy players today because our academy players will be nowhere near the level of their academy players. And a lot of them lads who are playing for Blackburn will be looking for National League loans, and you can see why. And it'll be the same with all the teams we play. For us to win these games, we have to play a strong team or to compete in these games. So we're certainly not going to go out and embarrass ourselves by playing the kids. So we're always going to play a strong team. So where you're saying a strong team, that was our second string team out there with a few lads who have to play. But it doesn't mean I class them as second string players. It means they need minutes, and it was a really valuable exercise for them. But we certainly weren't at our strongest, were we, either? So I was really pleased with how the lads put a shift in, played the way we wanted them to play, and acquitted themselves excellently. When they've got everything to lose, everyone expects us to be a young Blackburn team, but we all know a Blackburn, a United, a Stoke, a Wolves, they're going to be very, very strong. They play together every week, and they're good players that could play National League, if not higher.
You mentioned the magical words of the FA Cup. Solihull Moors travel to the J Davidson this Saturday. They've progressed into the first round in each of the last 8 years. Alty haven't in the last 3. How positive are you going into Saturday after a promising penalty shootout win tonight?
Yeah, extremely positive, and I think that was the good thing to see, the fact that even though we haven't won, we've drawn, but we've got over the line on penalties, so it'll give everyone a feel-good factor, especially the lads who haven't been playing, but the football club as a whole, they'll need that going into Saturday, because Solihull, they'll say the same about us, I'm sure, being away from home at Altrincham, but it doesn't get any harder. They've got the best away record in the top 5-6 divisions, I think, so make no bones of it, they'll come here fancying themselves to win 100%, and we'll certainly fancy our chances to go through. But it'll take a monumental effort for either team to beat the opposition. So we'll be bang at it, so will they, and it'll take a lot to come out on top that day for either team, because I don't think there's a great deal between us both.
Thanks, Phil. Best luck on Saturday.
Thank you.